90% of global trade physically battles the ocean. A single miscalculation against marine physics can destroy millions in cargo, demanding precise weather forecasting. To evaluate the accuracy of these forecasts, the industry standard practice has been to analyze weather anomaly trends over the past 5 years. This time series plot of forecast anomalies covers that 5-year window. The trend line is erratic and provides no clear directional trajectory for long-term planning. This narrow window captures cyclical noise, obscuring patterns. Expanding the data to a 20-year horizon, spanning 2004 to 2024, compresses this noise, revealing the 5-year dip is a local minimum within a clear upward macro trend. A longitudinal study of this scale must account for 2 variables: a shifting ocean environment and the rapid advancement of the technological tools used to measure it. Relying on 5-year models risks misinterpreting these larger environmental shifts. To extract predictive utility, the analysis requires a 20-year scale. Before analyzing the 20-year dataset, we must address the evolution of predictive modeling. The baseline forecasting tools of 2004 relied on early numeric weather prediction. Today, forecasting is driven by localized, AI-powered probabilistic models. We bridge this gap using confidence intervals, a metric that quantifies the degree of uncertainty in a prediction. This matrix compares both eras. The 2004 model uses wide, low-resolution grid squares layered over the dense 2024 grid. A 2004 severe gale prediction carried wide margins of error. Normalization lets us compare those rough estimates to modern deterministic predictions. Analysts apply statistical smoothing to these historical datasets, mapping the broad confidence intervals of 2004 into the precise geographical definitions of current models. This process separates technological noise from physical shifts in the ocean. Without normalization, any observed deterioration in forecast accuracy would be mathematically invalid. Applying this normalized dataset to high-traffic maritime corridors allows us to test the environment's behavior. This North Pacific heat map tracks extreme weather anomalies. Over 5 years, data shows only minor deviations from the historical mean. The dominant force appears to be cyclical phenomena, like El Niño. However, short-term cycles obscure structural changes. Expanding the filter to the full 20-year dataset reveals deep anomaly zones flaring across the route, indicating a significant increase in predicted extreme weather events. The data shows a first major macro trend, a continuous upward shift in mean wave heights. A second trend shows the direct consequence, a shrinking of seasonal navigable windows, requiring ships to complete crossings in tighter timeframes. While 5-year models treat these events as temporary anomalies, the 20-year data shows they are permanent structural alterations to the ocean environment. To pinpoint prediction decay, we split the 20-year horizon into 2 equal periods. Decade 1 is 2004 to 2014, Decade 2 is 2014 to 2024. This dual-column bar chart stacks the aggregate extreme weather data of the first decade against the second. The gap between columns defines the decade-over-decade delta. This delta shows forecast degradation is an accelerating curve. Mapping this delta to specific regions reveals high geographic volatility. The North Atlantic experienced a drop in predictability between the decades that far outpaced the global average. The data identifies a specific driver for this unpredictability, a sharp increase in rapid barometric pressure drop rates. Storms are deepening faster than historical baselines predicted. These erratic drops render a route forecast obsolete within hours, forcing vessels into costly deviations to avoid sudden, massive swells. The decade-over-decade delta confirms that baseline conditions for global maritime routing have fundamentally shifted. The 20-year comparison reveals that short-term forecast variances represent a permanent environmental shift. This map extrapolates that trend into the next decade. Optimal shipping lanes must physically shift to avoid these areas of increasing volatility. This creates a new operational mandate. Supply chain strategists can no longer rely on 5-year retrospective models to manage risk. Future routing algorithms must incorporate the 20-year historical delta to maintain their predictive accuracy over multi-week ocean crossings. Accounting for this long-term delta allows logistics networks to adjust for the accelerating rate of extreme weather and avoid systemic shocks. Understanding the 20-year horizon is the requirement for maintaining the reliability of global maritime trade routes.